Alright, good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How was everyone doing today?
Good.
Good.
So, and can someone volunteer to read out loud our outcome? Oh,
All of it.
yes, please.
Students learn to read and learn new vocabulary. Students will accomplish their goal by achieving the steps of reading comprehension. Students could explain a story to their friends or family.
Okay, so that's our lesson outcome. So today we're going to learn just to learn the steps of how we can understand any stories. And so I'm gonna hand out a story that we are going to read, and maybe from there we can ask questions about the story. Alright. Oops. Okay. So, the first step of how we can understand about a story, we look at the pictures first. And like in the story, we see a picture of a person with a chef hat. So that means this story is gonna be about someone cooking. And also the next step, or the second step, we're gonna look at the title of the story. And then next step, we gonna look at the main sentence or the main point of the story. And also when we are going to read a story, before that we have to come up with questions and any questions in mind before reading the story. Okay, so now I'm gonna ask you guys, student, a question. What is the first step of how are we going to understand the story? Yes, you
Look at the pictures.
look at the pictures. What about the second step?
Look at the title.
Look at the title. And third step, we can give you
The main sentence.
the main sentence. And the last step is to come up with questions where we are reading the story. Okay, so now we're going to read this story. And yeah, in case I'm gonna read the first sentence, and then maybe we're just gonna go by rule. Mom is a great cook.
She started cooking when she was 3 years old.
I know that sounds silly, but she would help her mother cook.
And now I'm helping my mom cook. I like to make chicken the best.
Baked chicken is my most favorite thing to make.
It is also my favorite food to eat.
One day, when Mom was sick, I tried to make the chicken all by myself.
I washed the chicken, and I put it in a pan and put it in the oven to bake.
When the bell rang, tell me the chicken was.
Oh.
Thank you. Sorry. Oh, thank you.
Sorry from Claire, I don't know that there is another page.
My son, I opened the door. Guess what?
The chicken was not cooked.
I started to laugh.
I laughed and laughed and laughed.
Did you know what I did?
I forgot to turn on the oven. The oven.
Did you know what I did next?
I called on the telephone for pizza to come to our house.
Mom was happy that I cooked by myself.
She was happy that we could eat the pizza together.
Guess what? We will have chicken some other night.
Awesome. Thank you. And did anyone have questions before reading this story? And maybe someone can share the questions that.
Before I read the story, I thought, what happened on the day that she tried to cook? So, that was a question I had.
So when you read the story, did you find any answer or?
Yes, I did find the answer. I found out what she was cooking, how she cooked it, and what happened when she tried to make chicken. It didn't work out the way she wanted.
Awesome. Does anyone have?
My question was what the person tried to cook. Now I know that she tried to cook chicken.
My question was why was she trying? Like, why did she have to cook? How come her mom wasn't cooking? And I got the answer because her mom was sick.
Okay, so now, there are some vocabulary like we have seen in the story that are underlined. So maybe we can look it up or find the meaning of the vocabulary. So that's the first one is silly. Silly means to make funny or something. And the next one is favorite. favorite, it means to like have something special or yeah, something like that. Yeah, and then the next one is guess. Is to guess something. Okay, so now we're gonna maybe have a classwork. So if you guys having a hard time to know the meaning, you can look up in the story and just try to understand what it means. Awesome. Very nice. Okay. Did you guys finish for the classwork exercise? Awesome. You guys are did a really good job. So, did you guys know the steps or the how do we understand a story or? So what is the first step? We got the pictures. And the next step is read the title or understand the title. And then look out for the main point or the main idea in the story. And I think we are accomplished our lesson outcomes that you guys able to identify or understand the steps of how we can read a story or understand the story. And thank you students for coming to class and see you next day.
Thank you.